I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. Yo, it is another beautiful day in Zamunda. Oh, man. This week is Bills week, the week that we all look forward to. We're 2-0, 3-0, actually, and we're headed to Buffalo into enemy territory. Before I bring up my man, Anthony Pielliucci, I want to bring up another guy who this Sunday we're going to be battling it out for the top spot. My man, Michael K. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Shake? Thanks for having me, bud.
No problem, bro. Just, what's going on? So what are you feeling about Sunday, man?
It's going to be a dogfight. I'd like to say the Bills are going to whomp you, but can't say that. I got to be a realist.
Me too.
I really think that the Dolphins do have an uphill battle just for the fact that it's, in Orchard Park and not in Hard Rock.
Yeah. I mean, like I told you backstage, I don't think that we've had that type of environment yet. Because let's face it, if the LA game was like a home game and the Patriots crowd wasn't as rowdy as they normally were, because let's face it, they're not really slated to win anything this year. So I don't think you have that same crowd that you had in previous years when they were going through their dynasty. If you look at that game,
right now, do you know if McDaniel pumps in loud music and crowd noise during practice?
No, I don't know. I want to be shocked. You know what would have been a good idea is like you have them wear headphones so they can't hear.
Yeah, see, they have Bills actually hired a couple of DJs they hired them for the season.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually worked the practices and they worked the games between between plays and TV timeouts and whatnot. But they'll pump in like crowd noise and just loud music, and they'll make it really disruptive.
Yeah.
So I'm sure McDaniel does it too. I'm sure that they have something to try to figure it out, because they're going to have a hard time hearing.
So what is your what would you say on the Bills is their biggest strength on defense?
Right now, I think the biggest strength is the front four. And when they play good, it makes everybody behind them have a little bit easier job. As long as they're where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there, if the front four does their job, then it makes everything a lot easier. And doing their job doesn't necessarily mean sacks or knockdowns or whatever. It could be pressures. It could be, it's something as small as deflecting a pass at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, for sure.
So the front four, and we've always had a pretty decent front four, but the way they rotate now with Daquan Jones and Settle and Poona Ford and Oliver, now you got to remember Oliver only plays about 55 or 60% of the snaps. And he plays the most of the tackles.
So they pretty much a long time ago the Dolphins used to do this. It's called the hockey lineup or something like that, where they rotate defensive linemen. Do you guys do that?
Yeah, well, yeah, we rotate them, but it's more packages.
Mm-hmm.
It's more packages. Like if for some reason we know they're going to run on first and second down, they're going to put that big fat ass Poona Ford in there, because he's just a big beast of a man, and you can't move him, but he's not too good on the pass rush. So
yeah,
if they know if there's just going to be certain times that you're going to see, you know, you're gonna see a lot of everything. You know, Daquan Jones or Phillips. Then you got Russo on one side, Floyd on the other, or Epinesa, Shaq Lawson. You know, there's just so many of them that can do their job up front that it's just, you know, it's almost being spoiled as a Bills fan.
So what happens if somebody, let's say they're in the run package and they audible because they know you're in that run package and decide to pass on you?
Well, you still got Russo, who's
Not
just,
audible. I mean, you know, no huddle.
oh, if they want to know huddle, everybody can still play the position, Jake. You know, it's not that, you know, we're going to be completely behind the eight ball if we can't get a certain package in there.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, maybe, but if they do go no huddle, you know, yeah, if they choose to do that and we have the right package out, that might not be good for the Dolphins. You know what I mean? If we have the wrong package out, might not be good for the Bills, and you just never know.
Yeah.
You know, but there's just like Daquan Jones he's just a beast. He can play either pass or run. Poona Ford can get to the quarterback too, just not as fast. You know what I mean? That's just.
Colors
But
over here.
they didn't even play him last week. He was a healthy scratch last week.
By the way, Colors over here chirping slow. Oh man,
What's he saying?
slow.
Why am I talking fast? I always talk fast.
Now you're good. No, but look, at the end of the day, I think that I don't I like McDaniels, but I want to see if he's able. This is going to test to see if he could adjust on the fly. And look, at the end of the day, I like Bill Belichick, and the one thing that gave me hope was the fact that look, he eliminated Waddle and Hill for the most part, and he was able to use the other players.
Right. Oh, and he's going to have to do it. He's going to have to do it this week too.
The Bills' D line is slow. Who do you think is gonna cover Waddle and Hill?
Well, I personally think that they're going to activate Elam this week. They'll still have Benford in, but they're going to have Elam is pretty good as a man coverage guy. He's not too good in the zone, and that's why he hasn't played. But as a man coverage guy, and I think they're going to run a zone, but I think they're probably going to put Elam on Hill and kind of roll the dice with Waddle and Berrios or Mostert out of the backfield, which I don't really worry about him coming out of the backfield because our linebackers are pretty good. You know what I mean? So our linebackers covering one of your backs coming out of the backfield, I don't think that's much of a disadvantage at all. I think that's a 50-50 ball right there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. God damn.
You know, because like Milano's fast. Milano when he was at Boston University was played safety 2 of his 4 years. He was actually a safety, and then they moved him up into like a nickel position, and he gained a little weight, and the Bills drafted him as a linebacker. You know, he's in his 7th year.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Bernard, I was never a fan of Milano not Milano, Edmonds. And when Miami was all pushing, especially I think it was Larry L was pushing Edmonds, and a lot of you guys wanted Edmonds, you know, and I was under my breath, I was saying, please take him. Because that'll just.
I think a lot of Dolphins fans wanted Edmund because he's a second gen. He'll be like his second generation. His dad was a Dolphin, so.
Right. Well, obviously he didn't help Chicago's defense at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
They got all that fucking firepower on defense and fucking gave up 41 points to the fucking Chiefs.
Well, I think. Oh no, never mind. That was Detroit's playing Green Bay tonight. Detroit's actually favored for the first time in like 40 years or something.
It's fucking Denver and Chicago. I think Chicago's gonna finally get a first win.
Detroit tonight, isn't it?
No, Chicago. No, I'm saying Chicago's playing Denver.
Oh, Chicago, Denver. Yeah, Detroit, Green Bay. I'm thinking the Green Bay game for some reason.
Yeah.
Because that starts here in a minute, 8:00 or something.
All right. Let me ask you this, and let's put this. We're never going to put nothing to bed, but let me talk. Let's talk about what a lot of players. People say that Milano is a dirty player. What say you?
I don't know. No, he's only been fined twice in his career, and I
Okay.
believe one was for taking his helmet off on the field, if I'm not mistaken, and the other one was week one for getting in Zach Wilson's face after he intercepted him. But and then that's the thing. That was a big. People want to say Milano hit two and it was dirty. My saying goes. He was flagged, got an unsportsmanlike penalty, 15 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and all unsportsmanlike go in front of the NFL, and they determine if there's what should be done about it. And he wasn't fined, so it wasn't malicious when he just tapped two. It wasn't malicious. Not our fault that he couldn't stand up.
He
I mean
continued playing
that's
that
just
game. So
what's that?
I said he continued playing that game. So
Yeah, well, he didn't get kicked out or nothing. It's not like he hit him 10 seconds after he let the ball go and devastated him like he devastated Mike White. And I don't know who was talking about it, saying that hit on Mike White was dirty. That was probably the cleanest, hardest hit I've ever seen in football. He put his shoulder right into his stomach and just folded him in half. But no, I don't think, and here's the other thing. I don't think that Brandon Beane or Sean McDermott would ever allow a player that's suspect as far as his sportsmanship goes
yeah,
to be on this team. I really don't. I think the integrity that they have as people kind of transform into what we have as a team and how the city of Buffalo normally is. Because like I was watching Papa Paul's show last night,
yeah,
and they were saying that if the Dolphins are killing the Bills, that the Dolphins fans need to leave, and they'll be in danger. And I'm like, it's just nonsense talk like that aggravates me. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Buffalo's not like that.
yeah. They're not like Philly. It's not Philly, right?
No, not even close to Philly. Not saying that there's no problems in our stands ever, not saying that there's not
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
Because no matter
So,
where you
like for
go,
instance, if I was to go to a Buffalo game, I wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know you could wear a Dolphins bikini and walk through the crowd and nobody would even say a word to you.
They'd be
Nothing
like,
to
put some clothes on.
They wouldn't say that. They would
Oh,
say
man.
they'd say nice sit on your ass or something. But, you know what I mean? And that's not how it is. They'll chirp and they'll rip you back and forth. But you rip them back, they're going to take it. They're not going to get all offended and stuff. But granted, you had alcohol. Once you add
Okay.
alcohol into the mix, it's a little different.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But that goes with anything. That could happen at at our Wegmans or your Publix. You see a drunk in a parking lot, something could happen because of the alcohol. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, that's Dolphins fans will be fine. There'd be about 3,000 of them because I think they only have to give out 3,000 tickets or offer 3,000 tickets.
So
To the
you go
visiting
to
team.
you go to the how many Buffalo Bills games have you been to?
Oh, over the years, man, we've had season tickets since '78. I think I was 8 years old. I think my dad got his first set, and over the years, I bet you I've probably been to 20 of them.
Do you see a lot of Dolphin fans in the crowd?
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's not,
It's not. Yeah, it's not
they
like at
buy
Hard
their
Rock.
3,000. They buy their 3,000 tickets. They, none of them tickets get turned back. You know what I mean? And then they'll buy tickets from scalpers or they'll go to StubHub or, a secondary site. But you'll have 4,000 or 5,000 Dolphins fans there. But, got to remember, Shake, at 4,000 or 5,000 within 65 or 67,000 fans doesn't look like that much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? But you'll see some aqua in the stands. Without a doubt, and they'll get noisy. But the problem is, the Bills fans are too stupid. They get noisy when we have the ball too.
So would you say the Dolphins is your most hated rivalry?
No, not really, because when it was Kelly Marino, kind of Kelly bested Marino.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from 80, Kelly came in at 86. I think it was 86. He
Mm-hmm.
came in. So back then it was probably the Patriots. I remember my first game was the Baltimore Colts. Was my very first game in '79. Before, when they were in the East. I remember that, and I always didn't like the Colts. I think Bills lost that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was always the Patriots, because the Patriots, we just couldn't do nothing against it.
Yeah.
So now it's turning into the Dolphins. Jets I could always care less about, because they're from New Jersey anyways.
I've always hated the Bills because I'm like I told many people, I became a diehard fan because of Brian Cox, and that's most fans become diehard because of Marino. I became because of Brian Cox, and he started that rivalry it started with Buffalo, and it's always going to be like that no matter what. There's three teams I despise the most: the Bills, the Knicks, and the Canes. Sorry, Anthony Pielliucci, but yeah, those are the three teams I despise the
Oh,
most.
the college team. See,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't stand Boston Red Sox. Can't
Mm-hmm.
stand them. In fact, even after when Johnny Damon went to the Yankees from Boston, I still didn't like him. Took me a couple years to get used to him. And it was just that, because I was always a big baseball. I played baseball and hockey growing. The majority of them, I only played 3 years of football, Pee Wee football,
Yeah.
and then it got to the point where you had to decide: do you play hockey or do you play football? Well, I was never a big kid, and I wasn't necessarily slow, but I wasn't fast. So it was easier for me to say hockey, because I actually, once you put skates on, not that you're 3 inches taller, everybody's 3 inches taller,
Mm-hmm.
but you can actually, your size doesn't make a difference if you have the skill. If you have the skill, your size doesn't matter, because you could take some big dude that's 7, 8 inches taller, another 20 pounds on you. He hits you playing football, you're done. But if that dude can't skate and you hit him with skates on, you're going to do more damage to him than he will to you.
Damn.
So I opted that route, because it was gave me a better playing field. But I always loved football, and I always followed football. I just never played it to the point where, you know, like Chris played in color, played in high school. I never did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
So let me ask you, being that look, we're not actually at each other like we're on the Finn's tailgate, so we're being civil. Give me an honest assessment of Tua.
I think, given in the system that Tua's in right now, I think he's one hell of a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if the Bills get pressure on him Sunday, if you still see that quarterback, then I think you have something.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see the Tua you see in the first, well, actually, you really didn't see a great Tua against the Patriots.
Yeah.
You've seen a good Tua against the Chargers, and you've seen,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, a good Tua against the Broncos. You've seen a decent Tua against the Patriots.
Well, I mean, I seen some of Tua's best games when he was with Brian Flores against the Patriots. So I mean, that doesn't shock me. I think he's kind of used to Bill Belichick and the pressure. So I want to see what he's going to do once they take the middle of the field away from him.
And believe it or not, I think with our linebackers, I think we can take the middle of the field away. Bernard's not a big dude. Bernard's only, I think, 6'1", and I think Milano's only 6'1". I think both of our linebackers
Mhm.
are on the shorter side. See, I was a
All right.
big fan. I don't know if you remember. Remember Cornelius Bennett?
Yeah.
He played for the Bills with Shane Conlon and Darryl Taylor. Now, Cornelius Bennett was, I think, 6'3", and he was amazing. I can't believe he didn't make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But he was just all over the place. And now you see the difference between Milano and Bernard. But Bennett was fast. I think Milano and Bernard are both faster than Bennett is. So I think the middle of the field, I think if there's underneath routes or just receivers breaking through the line and turning around waiting for the dump off or something, I don't think that's going to work too good.
And I agree with Color on this one. Tua needs to overcome the noise or a snap. I'm gonna bring in Anthony Pielliucci, by the way, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's going
I
on?
want to ask Color too. Hey, Color, what do you think? I was telling Shake this backstage. With all these motions and stuff they run, and Hill has to get up, or Waddle, or whoever's in that has to get up to pretty much top speed before they make the break. If they can't hear the break, how's that going to affect them? Are they going to be late coming out, or are they going to, move closer to the line of scrimmage? You get flagged for illegal formation. Is that worrisome to the Dolphins fans as far as that goes? Or Anthony can answer. Anthony,
Yeah.
hello, I'm Michael, man.
No. It's I'm just listening to you guys, man. I can appreciate the back and forth. I'm not worried about really. I mean, I'm worried about our coaching more than anything. I'm not worried about our talent. I mean, for me, we have the talent to beat you guys. I mean,
but that
Buffalo has a good defense. Their run defense is okay, but they've given up the most big yard chunk plays on runs than any other team in the league, and that's what we excel in. So I'm just hoping that we expose that. Really, that's what I feel like. That's what Buffalo is going to be focused on. Their coaching is worried more about, and it might sound crazy to everybody listening, they're going to be more worried about stopping the big runs than the Tyreek. It's kind of pick your poison at this point. Actually utilize the run game like we should have been last year, but we didn't. Now that we're doing that, it's really a pick your poison type thing. And you guys give up big yards. Like you admitted the other day on the show, Mike, that game against the Jets, Brees only had the one big 80-yard, that's what's going to be the doomsday is the run
right.
game.
Oh, yeah, and it was still 80 yards. But and this is how stupid Bills fans are. And I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're
stupid.
naive.
You're right.
They're stupid too. But they're naive to the fact that you got a decent sized back coming out of the backfield. You're going to expect Trey White, who was in no man's land. He was the only one there because Terrell Bernard, which was in his first NFL start, he pulled an Edmonds and plugged the wrong hole. That's the only reason that ran happened. And I'm not blaming White for missing the tackle, and I'm not blaming Bernard for hitting the wrong hole because it does happen. But had he went to the left instead of the right and went to the other gap, he would have been there, and Hall would have got maybe 3 yards. And it's things like that. Now all of a sudden Bernard he's coming into his own, and he's taking his time. So hopefully, I mean, we held Josh Jacobs to -2 yards on 9 carries.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a good year at all. But remind you, last year in Buffalo, in the snow, Raheem Mostert had like 100 yards rushing in the first quarter, and then they just abandoned the run. I don't know.
Right. Well, he broke that one for what, 48 or 49 yards, almost 50 yards.
Whatever you want to call it, though, the moral of the story, he did it,
right.
And then they abandoned the run. This year, it seems like Mike McDaniel's putting more emphasis on the run game. So it's not like,
Yeah, the one thing I just hope is that they don't fucking go for it on 4th down in Bill's 30-yard line.
I hope not either. We'll see what happens, but I'm not taking Buffalo lightly by any means. And I'm not – I've been the whole season, like, I agree with everybody. We're playing subpar teams. San Diego, people seem to forget, went to the playoffs last year. They had a rough start this season, but part of their rough start was playing a good team against us. So I don't really – it's week 3. But people want to act like the Dolphins are just shit eaters. Like, San Diego's trash. Who have they beaten? They played Miami, which is a formidable opponent, with all things being considered. And, there were other 2 games. Who knows? but we'll see what
I
happens.
agree. I agree with everything you're saying.
You know,
You know,
but the one thing, Mike, that I like that I've seen is we're beating teams we're supposed to beat. We're not, because normally for the past 20 years, we'll fight the New Englands, we'll fight the Buffaloes, and then we'll lose to the Jacksonvilles and we'll lose to the, just the bad teams. It's like, but now we're beating up on teams we're supposed to beat up on. So I'm not taking it lightly, like, we play trash. We're taking out the trash every time we play them. And New England's always going to be a fight, Just
oh
like
yeah,
you guys,
they're in,
just like you guys played the Jets. It's a division opponent. Should you have lost the game? Absolutely not. But it happens. It's a division opponent, and things happen. So
right. Allen
New
played
England
like
game was
shit that
close,
game.
but they're always close. When they were winning Super Bowls, and we went 12-4 one season, we smoked them on Monday Night Football. So it's like that New England game. People want to have a lot to say about, oh, well, you just barely. This is Bill Belichick. He's pretty familiar with our organization, and he's a pretty good defensive-minded coach. Last time I checked.
And you know what's funny is when I was playing, because on the Finn's tailgate, I play everybody's press conference. I played McDermott's press conference. I played Sean Payton's press conference, and the first one I played was Belichick's press conference. And if you listen to that press conference, he just about named every fucking player on the Dolphins team. I'm like, God damn, how the fuck? He knows more about the Dolphins offense than most Dolphin fans roster than the Dolphins fans.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. See, McDermott, his press conferences, they don't put you to sleep like McDaniel.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie there.
but if you're going on the information that they give out, I actually believe McDaniel actually gives more information than what McDermott does. And McDermott he could be a lawyer because he double talks and never says a word.
Yeah, McDermott's kind of a dork, but I'll agree with you. He's not boring to watch. We'll see Sunday. I know one thing about it, and two things for sure. Mike, I know you haven't watched your team win anything. I know you're a little bit older than me. You haven't watched them. And in my lifetime, I haven't seen Miami win anything. So what really matters is what's happening this week is us and you, and we're up in the all-time series. I've watched us beat Buffalo more than I've watched us lose to Buffalo. So
right, yeah. And see, now I think in the from when I started watching, and actually paying attention, which was 78, 79 era, somewhere, 8 or 9 years old, I think that I've seen the Bills beat Miami more times than not. But you had the stretch in the 70s where you beat us 20 straight times or something.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I mean?
Right now, New England has the second longest winning streak with 15.
We never got the only team, and this is why I hate the Jets more than anybody. The Jets swept us like 4 years in a row in the 2000s. I want to say when Chad Pennington was there.
Yeah,
that's why I'll hate the Jets for the rest of my life. The Bills don't bother me. The Patriots don't bother me. It's the Jets I hate more than it, because I never watched us lose. We fought the Bills when they had, a decent team, and we fought the Patriots. Everybody knows that. The Jets swept us for like 4 years in a row, and I'll hate the Jets. That's the most I ever watched us get beat by a divisional opponent. We used to get Peyton Manning all the hell he wanted. I remember Aduela Gunlier broke his jaw one night on Monday Night Football. He got fined for the helmet to helmet. But we used to have a field day with Peyton Manning. And Buffalo is always a good game. Brian Cox, like you said earlier, Shakes, that's my favorite player ever in the history of the league. I love it when we play the Bills. Shout out to Melanie. That's my girl. She's a Bills fan. Gorgeous, broad. She puts that Bills stuff and she just looks disgusting. I'm telling you, the girl got a great personality. Everything. She puts that stuff on and I throw up in my mouth every time I see her. But I'll be seeing her. I'll watch the game with her. That's my girl.
See, the Dolphins are gonna, it's funny you said that about McDaniel though, because we're gonna see is he gonna use his timeouts, or is he gonna take a delay of game penalty, or with the crowd noise? Because we all know that he can't figure out the whole timeout and clock situation when he's in Buffalo.
We'll see. I mean, he did it. It seemed that way in that playoff game, Mike. I agree with you, and I really don't have much rebuttal when it comes to Mike's shortcomings. I don't have much rebuttal because it's painfully obvious. But this is a young man. It's his second year coaching, and he's straightened out some things that last year concerned me. He straightened some of them out, but then there's some that he hasn't. And then I'm wondering if that's how he's just going to be moving forward. And if that's the case, then I have some real concerns with when we play a team like Buffalo. Because Buffalo, is much shit as we like to talk, Buffalo's no pushover. Buffalo's a competitor. Buffalo is one of the upper echelon teams in the league. It's not just a for sure easy win. I'll say it is. I'll never say we're going to lose. And I think we're going to win. And the run game is going to play a big part of it. But but coaching can get in the way. Sometimes if you outthink yourself, it can get in the way. That's my only concern. As long as that is kept, under control, I feel like we should win fairly easily. I don't think it's going to be,
All right, let me ask you. I'm going to ask both of y'all this, and I'll give mine at the end. What are your keys for Buffalo to win, Michael K? And what do you think, Michael? After Michael K, what are your keys for the Dolphins to win? Go ahead, Michael K.
I think the keys for Buffalo to win is getting pressure on Tua, and to get him as uncomfortable as he possibly can be. Just before the snap, if he thinks that something's going to happen before the snap, I don't think anything good's going to come out of it after the snap, because he doesn't have the ability to extend plays. And I think that is the key, because I really think that the Bills offense will be able not move the ball at leisure on the Dolphins defense, but I think they'll be able to move the ball. And then depending on what we do in the red zone is the other key. Is if we get in the red zone and we can't score, then we got problems.
All right, Pielliucci, what are your keys?
My keys for me is for Miami to win is run. Whether you want to use the pass game to open up the run game or vice versa. However, as long as you run the ball, it'll be okay. Buffalo, it's not going to be fixed overnight. They had the same problem last year. They're having the same problem this year. They sleep sometimes. They fall asleep on the run defense, and you could rip off a big run. However, you can't get that big run, that opportunity running the ball 10 times. You got to run the ball as much as you're throwing the ball in order to get that opportunity. And I feel like Mostert's had big success against the Bills, and I feel like just run the ball will be okay. And no bonehead, go for it. If we're up 24-13 and it's a 3rd down and 2, and we're on the 50-yard line, punt the ball. Punt the ball. Don't make bonehead go for decisions. And for Buffalo to win, it's almost against my religion to say anything to how we can be beat. But
That's why. Go ahead. You want to give it?
Though I'll be fair to the show, because Buffalo's no pushover. Josh Allen won't turn the ball over.
Hey, wait a minute. Where did Color see that they're giving Buffalo 5 points, or they're giving the Dolphins 5 points?
I don't know. At last I saw it was 2.
They said Buffalo. They said they're giving Buffalo 5 points.
Yeah,
because he's going on he's going on the 2.5. Because FanDuel has him at 3 now, and DraftKings is still at -2, 2.5.
All right.
So
I'm gonna give you my keys real quick. It's similar, almost similar to like with Belichick. Number one, don't turn the ball over in short fields. If you give the Buffalo Bills a short field, they're gonna take advantage of it. And I would say Tua has to be good with his pre-snap reads. If they're gonna give they give Tyreek Hill a single high safety and put him on one-on-one, take advantage of it. And if they're doing, double high safety, take advantage of it with the run. You know what I mean? So depending on, hopefully Tua could spot certain situations where if the run looks better, audible to the run or switch to the run so he could, take advantage of the matchups that's on the field.
Well, the question is, Shake, is he going to be able to do that at the line with the crowd noise?
Yeah, that's true.
Are they going to be able? And a lot of it does have to do with home field advantage in this game. And it's kind of funny because you never pay attention to it until it actually matters.
Mhm.
And right now it actually matters because I know how loud the stadium can be, and it's just you get a headache when you're in there for 3.5 hours. You actually get a headache because it's that loud. Your ears ring when it's over with.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. And the other thing I want to address is I'm sick and tired of people using the word trap game for professional sports.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so was color.
So does color.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a trap game. Everybody's a professional. And it's only a trap game if you lose. You know what I mean? And people that aren't 100% behind their team use that word trap game. And I just had to get that out there because I've been hearing a lot that this is a trap game, and they don't take the Bills lightly because you think it's a trap game. All that. I can't get behind that.
No, I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you on that. A well-coached team never has to worry about that. And I'd hate to reference the Patriots, but when they were on their run, you never, and this is what I'm saying about us as far as beating teams are supposed to beat. The Patriots never lost, besides to the Dolphins. We would be the bottom feeders they lose to, and that could be an exception to the rule. When the Patriots were on their run, when they played somebody you knew they were going to beat, if you're in a football pool or if you're playing a parlay ticket, that's a gorilla lock. You're picking the Patriots. There's no trap games. You never had to worry about that. It was a well-coached, well-oiled machine. And good teams, there's no trap games. I'm with you, Mike. That's a bullshit excuse. It's a built-in excuse. Part of my language.
Yeah,
it's a built-in excuse. There's no such thing as a trap game.
Right.
Either you're ready to play or you're not ready to play. And if you can't beat bad teams, like how Dallas just lost to Arizona, anybody can miss me with the Dallas is a contender this year. Sorry, you're not ready yet. If you're still losing to Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals, you're not a competitor. It's just simple as that. Good teams don't lose there's no trap game. If you're ready to play or you're not, and that's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Right. Well, you look at last year. Oh, go ahead, Shake.
No, I just wanted to say that goes to my theory of I fucking hate when fellow Dolphin fans say, "Oh, we have the hardest." I'm like, who gives a shit about the hardest schedule? I've never heard a Chiefs fan say, "Hey, we have a hard schedule." No, because they're the fucking team that everybody that they whoop everybody's ass, so they don't give a fuck who they're playing. Just
what
play
you
them.
want. And when you get into the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl, you're going to be playing the best of the best. So why would you not want to be well prepared when you get there by playing teams that are up to that standard? You want a bunch of jamooks? You want a bunch of jabrones, tomato cans to beat up on to make the playoffs? And then when you play a good team, you're going to get smoked. I want the best. I want everybody at their healthiest when we play them. Well, man, that might not be true. Because if we're playing somebody that's a formidable opponent and they got a key player out, I won't be upset about it. But I'd rather have where I want the best. Let's see where we're at. I don't want false hope. I've had false hope my whole life with the Dolphins.
Well, look at the Bills and the Bengals last year. Bills didn't show up for that game.
Yeah.
The score was a lot closer than the game actually was.
It was.
You know what I mean? And then you got the 2 years ago when the Bills went to Jacksonville and completely embarrassed themselves by losing by 3 points with a 6-9 score.
Yeah.
To Jacksonville, who was awful. I think Jacksonville only had 2 wins that year, and one of them were the Bills.
Yeah, like people say we have a hard schedule when Casey's on it.
Serious though, Color's right. And it's like, come on, man. I'm with Mike on that. I don't want to hear no trap game. I don't want to hear any excuses. And I'm ready. I'm ready for the game. This is this and the next time we play Buffalo are the two games I'm looking forward to most this season. I always love beating on the Jets. We'll sweep them this year. I don't have any concern. Their defense, whatever. I'm not worried about them. Buffalo to me is the only team I'm really concerned with. That's who I really care about winning, and that's really, to me, going to be our measuring stick. Because ultimately, they've been, since Josh Allen has gotten there, they've dealt with us accordingly. Now, a lot of those games, Brian Flores was the coach. And I credit some of your success, Mike, to his shortcomings. And people I'll say it like I said it before. Flores, he was a great defensive-minded coach. He was a good coach. I liked his style. But when it came to winning big games, bro, he got smoked every time. If there was any contingencies attached to a game, we got smoked. We were never prepared when we played big games. You guys dusted us off easy work when Flores was the coach. He couldn't prepare for those big games. He's not head coach material, in my opinion.
And that's amazing, though, because he was a defensive coach.
He was a defensive coach, but, there's other things that come with it. And, man, you guys, I'm not wrong. Check the record. When we played you guys at the end of the season, when we need to win, you guys would smoke our game, bro. Easy work. So – but now that Mike McDaniels has come, it's been a little bit – he was good against New England, but, this guy was 15 years with that organization. So, of course, he's going to be good against that. But when
put it this way. When Matt Patricia was the head coach of Detroit, one of his 3 wins was against Belichick.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So everybody like to say, oh, but he beat the Patriots. Bro, we were beating the Patriots when we had Cam Cameron as coach. Get out of here.
Well, not Cam Cameron. We lost to him twice.
Okay.
But we did beat we beat him with we beat him with Dan Campbell, we beat him with Joe Philman, we beat him with fucking Adam Gase.
A bunch of jabronis, man. Come on, man. So that wasn't to me when he was doing that, I was like, yeah, that's expected. And whatever. But the Bills fans have been riding high saying, oh, since Allen, we own the Dolphins. Nah, you really don't since McDaniels has come. You beat us down when we had a coach that was inept when it came to playing big games. But now we got a guy that, and I'm not sold on him completely, McDaniels, yet. The book's still out on him as far as I'm concerned. But we beat you once. We barely lost the other one. And then in the playoffs with a third-string rookie, we almost came away with that in Buffalo. So, I think now that we're full power and we're utilizing our run game, I think you guys are in for a little bit more than we'll see. But I don't think it's going to be that great of a game, to be honest. It's just me personally. Now together, we had last year, it was Mike's rookie year as a coach. He was still figuring things out. Tua was out the one game. And, I just feel like now we've had a whole off season. We've had a whole season to put everything together, a whole off season. And these couple of 3 games that were almost like preseason practice games to get everybody on the same accord. And I feel like you guys are in trouble Sunday. I don't think it's going to be that great of a game, to be honest.
See, I think, me personally, I think that the Bills' defensive front 4 is better than the defensive front 4 of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Even though they do have Judon. Judon's technically a linebacker, but
I can go for that. I'll co-sign that, Mike.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference. And I not saying that the Dolphins line didn't do good against them, but they didn't do as good against the Patriots front 4 as they did against the Chargers or the Broncos.
They did well enough.
Well, no, they did great against those two teams. But
they did
well enough.
We ran the ball pretty okay against them, And that's what I'm saying is going to be the difference maker is the run game. That's what I'm saying. You could mark it for me last year saying it. Finally, Mr. Genius run play designer is finally deciding to design some run plays. and we have the talent to do that. And he's been doing it, and he's executing it, and we'll see. But I don't think it's gonna be that good of a game. Everybody think, I'm not saying Buffalo's a pushover, but I'm saying you guys give up gash plays against the run. You're the worst team in the league. You're the last in the league when it comes to giving up big plays against the run. Last. I don't care where your defense is ranked second, third, whatever. When it comes to giving up big plays against the run, you guys are dead last in the league.
Right. Now, that would concern me a little more if it was, 10 or 11, 12 games into the season.
Shit. It should concern you right now because 10, 11, 12 games into the season, you have time to fix the problem. Right now, you're bleeding. And if you try to stop the bleeding, it's going to take a second to stop. You're not just going to stop it overnight. You have better shot stopping it next time we play. But this time, you're in trouble, man. And mark it here, put it down. It's going to be trouble with the run game. You heard it here first. It's not going to be that close of a game.
Well, let me ask you, how many other 3 games, how many times did the offense start the game?
I think all 3. Yeah, we received the ball all 3 games.
Did you guys win are you choosing to do that or do you defer? Would you defer?
I don't know because I'm usually
honest,
watching the game.
I don't know either. But last year it was kind of, I want to say it was 50-50. I don't really remember, to be honest.
See, because that'll set the tone too, because I really believe that, and this is just statistically, I believe that the Bills have the advantage because our offense has a clear advantage over your defense, and your offense, even though it has the advantage over the Bills' defense, does not by much. There's a greater discrepancy between, our offense, your defense versus your offense, our defense. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So if we get the ball first, we march down, whether we score in 3 minutes or 8 minutes or 10 minutes. If we put them first points on the board, I think that kind of puts Miami behind the 8 ball, forcing them to get points on the board themselves. And it goes the same way for the Bills too. If you get the ball first and score, then we're behind the 8 ball and we got to answer.
I don't know. I feel like we haven't done much blitzing this season. Nobody knows nobody knows what Fangio's blitz packages look like because we barely blitzed all season. And I think
we only blitzed the last game on the Chargers. That was the last time, the only really time you really doubted a blitz.
Right. And listen, it's no military secret. It's saying G14 classified information. Josh Allen, he'll turn the ball over, man. He'll throw some picks. He'll make some bonehead decisions. That's what I was saying. That's going to be the ultimate, whether it's a blowout or whether it can still be in reach, is what Josh Allen does.
Oh, absolutely.
We haven't blitzed at all really this year, and we've been getting at the quarterback.
Well, I don't know where the
game is going to be. Fangio's coming out party with the blitz packages because Allen's already susceptible to throwing picks.
Yeah, but he doesn't throw picks. He doesn't throw picks when you blitz. He actually does. His completion percentage is better against the blitz than it is.
Is it?
Or getting coverage.
Yeah, that's how it was with Ben Roethlisberger. Whenever teams try to blitz Ben Roethlisberger, he was better throwing the ball than he was versus cover 2.
Yeah, and we definitely have guys that can catch the ball too. So yeah, I just know the Bills don't blitz either. The Bills are the second, the 31st blitzing team in the NFL right now after 3 games. And Miami could be the 32nd. I don't know. I just know I heard that stat on the radio today when I was messing around in the garage that the Bills were 31st in blitz efficiency.
Well, they better have some type of.
But that's where we get the organic.
Like you say, Mike. You got to get some kind of pressure. Our offensive line's been holding up good, but again, if we get the run game established early, forget about it. It's over. As long as Mike McDaniel don't just turn away. If he don't outthink himself, we're good. Because if
Yeah.
we establish the run game like we did in Buffalo last year, and we just continue to do that, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my whole thing. As long as Mike McDaniel doesn't outthink himself, and I say if because I know your defense isn't trash, it's by a long shot. You got a good defense, real good. But if we get the run game established early, it's going to be trouble, man. You're going to have to bring guys in, and you know, and I know, Shakes and everybody in this chat knows, you can't stack the box and let Waddle and Tyreek have one-on-ones up the. You forget about it then. You know it's over if you do that. You have to keep some guys back. I mean, it's painfully obvious, man. Run the ball. We established the run. Forget about it. Mike, if you're watching the game and we're ripping off big chunks early in the game, running the ball, go to bed, my guy. So that way you don't go to bed upset. You might as well turn the game off.
Well, it's 1 o'clock. I'll go out in the garage.
You know, they have an early bird dinner. You know,
it's got to be outside the tackles though, because I don't think you'll be able to rush right through the center.
We'll see what happens. But you know, we got the speed to run it outside. But I think now I'm glad you said that, because I think that's exactly what we're gonna do is get it up the middle. Because if we break that, that's the strength of your defense. If we could show that we could do that, then it's really trouble. Because now you have to bring those guys that are out here watching these open parts of the field in the middle where Tua likes to throw. You got to bring them guys in to stop that middle run, and now that leaves those open, and then you know call it a day after that. We'll see.
Yeah, Ed Oliver's been playing better than Wilkins this year.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that's because he signed his contract. He said it. He said it in his interview the other day. He goes, my money's there. He goes, I have nothing to worry about anymore. Let's play football.
Wilkins says, I love Josh Allen. That's my guy. So
Josh Allen said the same thing. Josh Allen said the same thing.
Ticklers in there, you know.
Hey, Michael K, you mind if I open up the chat a little bit so we could chop it up?
Not at all.
All right, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, Color probably chop it up with us. I like the conversation we're having though. It's, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't have to all be picking on each other.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, by the way, I'm not a big Christian Wilkins guy yet, so we'll see.
You know what I believe. I think that the Christian Wilkins is going to play out just like Tremaine Edmonds did. I don't think that they're gonna. I don't think they're going to franchise tag him. I think they're going to let him walk and let another team pay him.
Hey, what's up, Todd?
What up?
Hey, Todd.
I'm on my way home to cook me some steaks.
That's what's up.
Ribeyes?
No, some sirloins.
That's what's up. How you eat them?
Huh?
How do you cook it?
Medium rare.
I do rare.
I might do rare tonight. I don't know.
Well, it depends on
I got the garlic. I got some. Man, I'm gonna cook it up with them on top of the garlic, and then hit the sides. And man, I'm gonna cook them up right.
My man Cutter, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, Shake? What's up, MK? What's up, Todd? And who else?
What's
Anthony.
up, Color?
What's up,
the one thing I want to bring up to you, Michael K, is you said something the other day that kind of would bother me if I was a Bills fan.
What's that?
What's Michael Hyde been dealing with?
Micah Hyde?
Yeah.
Micah Hyde has had a back problem, I believe.
I thought you said something about his hamstrings.
No, this week is his hand. No, you're right. This week's hamstring, but he had.
Okay, now the last thing you want with Tyreek Hill and Waddle and everybody is hamstring, because they're going to be popping as it is.
One thing I wanted to start with by saying, Michael K, it's really fun debating you, bro, because when somebody makes a good point, you shut up, bro.
Well, you know what? It has to be a good point.
You don't keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean?
See there now, somebody's got to learn something. Make a good point, and I won't keep saying the same thing over and over again.
And if I'm coming back with a different point, that's because your point was crap. You know what I mean? But if I'm coming back with the same point, that gets redundant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of our getting back to Todd's though, a lot of our injuries this week. Well, Hyde's a hamstring. A couple guys are ankles.
That's
And
just not good. I hope they're not all in your secondary because that's not good for you guys.
I think they are.
Oh God.
I think they are.
Lower leg injuries are the last thing lower body injuries are the last thing you want going up against Miami.
You know, but let's face it, how much of this is actual, you know what I mean? And how much of it's serious and how much is it?
Right. But how much of it can become serious if it's done wrong? You know what I mean?
Well, Michael K. Again, I still ask the same question I've been asking all week for those, even in our own fan base, that have wanted to diminish what we did. Now, I agree that 70 points is obvious in one game is obviously an aberration. It hasn't happened in 57 years. I'm not dumb. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, when you break it down minute by minute, we've all played 180 minutes of football. And the fact of it is, whether 70 of it happened in one game or not, we're putting up 3/4 of a point every minute. You know, and that means that we're running our offense really fast is what it means. And now the fact that we're clicking this week and put up 70, that's just regression to the mean because everybody knows that we could have put up more points against the Chargers and we could have put up more points against New England. Due to our own failures, you know what I mean? So that just to me is regression to the mean anyway. The reality of it is we're scoring 43 points per game. So even if you look at 70-point ball game, right, against a good NFL team, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody was talking about Denver getting a right on us. That's why the line was only 6.5 because all the smart money expected Denver to cover that 6.5 and only lose by less than that, right? So let's not kid ourselves here. Okay, hold on, Todd. I just want to land real quick. The question I've asked all week for those that diminish 70 points, how many of those points do you give back? Because Buffalo is a much better defense than the Denver Broncos.
Well, here, Color. The thing I was going to say
hold on, Todd. I want an answer to the question. I want a number. How many of those 70 points do you give back because you would be facing a better defense than the Denver Broncos?
I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't know if I can answer intelligently.
I mean, be liberal about it. I say 40.
It's all about time possession.
And we still win that game 30-20, bro. You know what I mean?
McDermott's notorious for milking the clock. So, I mean, I want to score in every possession, but he's going to try to do things to, like, manipulate the clock and work against his benefit.
we literally had to start forcing ourselves not to score with 14 minutes left on the clock in the fourth quarter.
Color, we scored our 70th point with 8 minutes still on the clock.
Skylar White could have taken the lead and actually played him by himself and won. He had 14 points on his drives.
I mean, I understand the failures of the Denver Broncos. I'm not diminishing that at all either. I'm just saying, how many of those points do you give back because Buffalo is a much better defense? And by the way, the number 2 defense in the league, and actually number 1, I think, in points per game.
No, you're
but
right.
you got to realize their 3 opponents. The best of their 3 opponents is scoring 19 points per game, and they just haven't faced what we've been able to put down so far. Now, that doesn't mean they can't handle it better than every defense we've faced so far. I do expect them to diminish our offensive production. Don't get me wrong.
Color, is this either a test or a statement game?
Yeah, and it could even be a letdown. But the point is, again, where's the pressure
is this a test game or
by the way, thank
you,
Anthony Pielliucci.
I don't know if you can.
I think it's
determine either one different. But do you think this is a real test game for us to know who we are with our identity, or is this a statement game?
I want to let Shake get to the super chat before I answer that. Go ahead, Shake.
Hey, Anthony Pielliucci, thank you for the $5 great show. Thank you for coming, Michael K. Mike K.
Thanks for having me, man.
So look, I think what's happening here is a lot of Buffalo fans and a lot of outside Dolphin fans and even Dolphin fans themselves are confusing or conflating the internal pressure we're under to pass this test, Cap, to your point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so But if you're talking about season pressure, contention pressure and shaping the rest of this season, and what happens at the end and with the playoff contention and all that, they are under much more pressure than we are.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because again, and I've repeated this already, like every single day this week since we turned our focus towards the upcoming game. Put yourself in both coaches' shoes. Put yourself in our coach's shoes on Monday morning if we lose. Let's say we lose in a respectable game, right? And he has to say, okay, we lost in Buffalo by 3, and we're still only a half game behind them for the division at the quarter mark of the season at 3-1. Likewise, if you put yourself in McDermott's shoes Monday morning, if they lose, he has to explain to his fans and his owner why they just lost a home game to their division opponent and are now 2 games back of the division lead at the quarter mark of the season, facing a 4-0 division leader at 2-2.
Well, see, here's the thing,
pressure on.
Color. Also, the pressure with the Bills is what you're saying. I don't see us losing to the Jets or the Patriots this year.
Well, maybe not. See, all that I'm giving both teams as equal. So my point is, things could snowball for a 2-2 team. They immediately become what we traditionally are, chomping at their heels. No. They become the ones chomping at our heels the rest of the way.
What I'm trying to get at is, with us, I don't see us losing to the Jets or Patriots, which means at most if we win this week, the most we'd lose to Buffalo at the end of the season. That's only 1 division loss. They already will have 2 now.
Yeah.
And again, even if just you're speaking to this game, it's like, yeah, you could say, oh, they just don't. Obviously, they want to downplay that pressure. You know what I mean? But let's be real. It's a lot easier to continue a downslope at 2-2. As we know, as Dolphin fans, even if you believe in your team and even if you have a good team, than it is for things to just continue to bounce your way when you're 4-0 after putting down what we put down. Let's say if we win in Buffalo, what happens if we win decisively? Well, that starts to answer questions that Cap was talking about that go beyond our relationship to the Bills. You know what I mean? That's internal pressure. You know what I mean?
You remember, Color, what D1 said about our 3-0 record? Like the past 2 decades?
Roughly. You go ahead and re-enlighten us.
Our 4th game is our boogeyman. That's our Achilles heel. If we get through this in undoubtedly great fashion, then you will hear a turn and you will hear a tide grow within the media, bro, bigger than what it is.
Because let's be real. The
tide will turn, bro.
And let's be real. The Buffalo fans do make one fair point. Traditionally, for the last couple of years, no matter what they've been through, losing to the Jets and everything, this is typically, they could easily be back to 3-1 and commanding the division. And just let's be real, this is why they've been the ones putting up 13 wins every year. So what we want to do to be that team that puts up 13 wins is to win this type of game. Bottom line.
If you get a pass rush that stops that man from running, which has been our other problem, which is stopping him from running, and you get rid of that narrative once and for all, then a lot of believers will start jumping on, bro.
Well, the thing of it is, it's not as if we're taking command on Buffalo by beating another team this week. We have a chance to take command of the division, to take their spot in the division, their 3-4-year running average spot. We have a chance to take that spot by actually beating them in their house. That you don't get more decisive than that.
Hey, no, you'll be labeled undefeated going into 4-0 in the conference, in the division, and you'll be labeled road warriors
with 3 road wins already.
Hey, Kohler, our 3 games versus Buffalo last year. I was thinking about this today when I was going to work. I was trying to figure out, did Buffalo beat us last year or did we beat ourselves?
That's a good. Well,
Because-
that's another question. That's an answer we're going to find out this Sunday. I think.
Yep, and that's what I think our test is going to be. I think this is going to prove whether or not when we met in the playoffs was Miami on their way up and Buffalo on their way down, and Miami just choked. Because when you go back and look at it, we were in control of both games that we lost. Both games came down to dumb decisions on Mike McDaniel. That's why even Michael K brought it up. It's going to test. It's going to test Mike McDaniel.
If we're up by 4 points,
Mike McDaniel can't
with 4 minutes left, and we can't run out the clock, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be it right there.
And Mike McDaniel can't be doing. I get it. A lot of people said, chill is the Buffalo. He knew they weren't going to score, but I mean, I don't think we could do that versus Buffalo like we did versus the Broncos or the Chargers.
Well, I look to that play against New England, so everybody's like, "Oh, they got robbed." Blah blah blah.
What did the Jets do?
They would have only got a first down on that play. They still had to march down and get a touchdown, so it's not like they would have won that game. Now, Buffalo in that situation,
in the words
Buffalo in that situation could argue that they would have been robbed because, that first down could have meant that they could have continued to run it down the field in a minute and something and score a touchdown.
In the words of Josh Allen fanboys, that was just the arm punt. That's what that was versus
that New England game. That New England game shouldn't have been that close at the end because that touchdown shouldn't have counted.
So what did the Jets do that made them get close to what Buffalo was like not responding? What can we piggyback off that film?
You got to confuse Josh Allen.
Yeah, you got to get to Josh Allen. If you can get him and pressure him and not let him escape and actually put some hits on him.
Bro, he threw 4 interceptions that night.
Right, but I think more than confuse him, you gotta frustrate him.
Yeah.
Oh, he only threw 3.
You gotta put hits. You gotta put
1 fumble.
You gotta put hits on Josh Allen.
4 turnovers.
Yeah, 4 turnovers. Yeah.
You gotta get Josh Allen playing from behind. You gotta be putting hits on him. And then Josh Allen will be Josh Allen.
Right.
Everyone's saying Josh Allen changed.
The key I've said all season long, help your defense out, allow them to not respect the run, and pin their ears back by getting out to a quick 2-score lead.
Do your
job. That's just what we got to do.
Yep.
Hey, Michael K., you're worried, aren't you?
No.
We've got to make them Look, like I said in chat, they're going to march up and down the field on us. Make no mistake. It's a beautiful day for football. It's 63. It's expected 63 degrees, partly sunny in Buffalo in autumn. That's football weather.
That's gorgeous.
So number one, look for there to be a little more air under to his deep pass, first of all. And second of all, yes, they're going to march up and down the field on us. We need to force them to match field goals for touchdowns. That's how you beat Josh Allen. If they're scoring field goals, no matter how much yardage they're putting up on our defense, if they're scoring field goals and we're scoring touchdowns, we win. That's how we won in Miami last year.
Yep.
That last drive, when their offensive line was collapsing on the field, they couldn't get the first down and had to kick a field goal. That was the difference. 21-19. We scored 3 touchdowns. They didn't.
Yeah, we missed a field goal. Allen threw a dirt ball.
No, you got the field goal. My point was the field goal. To that point, we were matching touchdown for touchdown, and we held you to guys to a field goal on that drive when your offensive line was collapsing. That was the door in for us right there.
Right,
and we took advantage of it.
And Bass missed a field goal too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that too. But I'm just saying, when it came down to being able to match touchdowns for field goals, we took advantage of that.
Bass missed a field goal, but we gave it right back to you with the butt punt.
Don't forget that was the very first time McDaniel ever faced Buffalo.
By the way, Michael K., we got some backup here. Let me welcome to the stage, my man Amicus. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Amicus, what's up, bud?
What's going on, fella?
What's up, Amicus? Before everybody kneels down and prays to you because you've been gone for so long, I just want to say, I want to drive that point home again. That 21-19 victory was Mike McDaniel's very first time ever facing the Buffalo Bills. And we have improved our point total since then, win or lose. One with a backup quarterback in a playoff game. We could win this game by 14. I have it 30-16. I don't care. I think our defense holds them to field goals, and we score touchdowns. That's how we win.
Yep.
Well, Color hit the nail on the head right there. The red zone efficiency will decide this game for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe a turnover. That always helps to decide a game. You know what I mean? Or a special teams player or something.
Either way, a loss is way worse for Buffalo than it is for Miami.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Way
Going
worse.
forward,
And
sure, it may not
Miami's-
matter at the end of the year. Buffalo could reel off 12 victories in a row. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is how you shape your season if you have Super Bowl aspirations. That's just how you do it. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about a loss is way worse for Buffalo under my impression that I don't think Miami loses to the Jets or the Patriots.
Well, it's hard.
I disagree.
Look, you see these other teams that win these types of games, and they just go on to keep ripping them off. You know what I mean?
Buffalo needs to win this game to catch up.
Color, let me say this too. Like, I actually disagree because I think, like last year, I think Buffalo peaked early on and progressively got worse. Ultimately, the Bengals game in Orchard Park was our demise, and that was like the worst of the whole season, right? This year, our worst was week 1, and I think we're trending in the right direction. The opposite could be said for the Dolphins, which how do you get better than 70 points, right? People could say that you're peaking. So I think a Dolphins loss tomorrow or Sunday would actually be more detrimental.
Here's the thing. I don't disagree with what your premise, but I do disagree with the last part of what you said, because we actually regressed to the mean by putting up 70 points last week. And what I'm trying to say is, if we now continue to score at the same rate we've been scoring per minute, that would give us our points per game total, and we could very well score 40 points. I'm just saying maybe not, because Buffalo's got a really strong defense. But what I'm saying is, again, I'll ask you the question since you're here now, Amicus, and nobody wants to give me a number. I have yet to hear somebody just outright answer this question with a number. How many points out of those 70 do you give back because Buffalo has a much better defense and offense than the Denver Broncos?
Well, no, I agree. I think we have to.
A number.
I'm giving you one. I preface it in my own way, but I think listen. Here's my number. I think Buffalo has to score at least 35 points to win this game. That should give you your answer.
Okay.
That's honest.
See, I'm even willing to say 40 points, which would put us at 30. If our defense does a nice job this week, we could hold you down below 30.
That's why this game is so intriguing, right? Because we are a top 5 offense and defense at the moment. I believe our offense has not peaked yet. We're trending upwards, but the defense
secondary is all banged up. I believe your secondary is all banged up, from what I heard last night.
How's it banged up?
And you know what's up? I think our defense is trending up as well, because whenever
maybe it is.
Didn't even practice. Your defensive nose tackle didn't practice or left.
Remember, we only gave up 13 points last week on defense.
And versus the Patriots, one of their touchdowns wasn't even a touchdown.
Last year, all I heard from everyone is that we're going to take a step backwards because Frazier's out the building. We're taking a step backwards because Tremaine Edmonds, the greatest middle linebacker of all time, went to Chicago Bears. And the opposite is actually true. I told y'all 8 months ago that we got better on defense. Nobody believed me, but we did.
We lost to the Jets, dude.
The Bills. Hold on a minute.
I said on defense.
Amicus, hold on. The Bills as a team did not play a bad game. So don't give me the bullshit that we lost to the Jets.
You lost to the Jets.
You're right. We lost to the Jets. Josh Allen lost to the Jets.
Absolutely.
The Bills didn't lose to the Jets. The
Guys,
Bills,
y'all are gonna make me do this
you're right.
again.
You lost to
Hey,
the Jets.
Josh Allen lost to the Dolphins
Y'all
too.
are gonna
real
make me
quick,
do this again, ain't you?
real quick. I'm not here for
Hey,
long. I just
Louis, my bad. I don't have the little thing on my ear when people come on stage. Sorry about that.
Lou, what's up, my guy?
Hey, Shake Money. This is
The
gonna be real
Vegas guy
quick.
himself.
I appreciate you letting me up, Shake. No worries. I'm gonna be real quick, but I had to address Amicus. I haven't seen you in a while. I just wanted to be the first one to tell you up here. Have my motherfucking money ready.
Hey, let me tell you something. You're in Vegas right now, all right? That's the gambling capital of the fucking world. Don't you lose my fucking money in Vegas.
No. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bet you 100 because I already know that's locked up.
Oh,
So,
that's a mistake, my friend. Don't do
I
it. You
appreciate
put that in the vault. You save it for a few months.
How'd you lose that?
Run my money up. That's all I know.
Hey, I got
So-
Dan
real
Mitchell
quick,
wearing
real
a
quick.
Josh Allen's trash shirt if the Bills lose this game.
Well, Vince,
Oh,
real quick.
man.
So everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you lost to the Jets," and okay, division game. But see, it's hard to argue that point because it's a division game, right? So I'm gonna just jam it home a little better for you. This is the second time I've rolled through these numbers, but here we go.
Please do. Please do.
The Jets, Buffalo's opponent. They have scored a whopping 14 points per game this season in 3 games. And they're 32nd in the league. The Las Vegas Raiders are 30th in the league, and they have scored a whopping 15 points per game. And the Washington Commanders, while doing much better than the other two, have scored a whopping 19.3 points per game.
With
Okay,
Logan
what's
Thomas,
the
who was out last week.
What's the 10th
with
team?
color.
What's the
All
10th
you've
team?
proven
Hey,
is what I.
Please don't cut me off. Color, what's the team in 10th place? How many points did they add?
Didn't hear you talking, Mike.
What did the 10th place team average in points per game?
24.7, Indianapolis Colts.
At 24.7. So there's a discrepancy of what? 7 points, 1 touchdown. That's a lot.
What the hell does
That's
that matter?
big per game, bro.
Yeah, average per game.
Your offense, you guys are scoring 30.3 points per game.
What to do with you?
You guys are scoring 30 points per game, bro.
We haven't. I don't care about averages.
The Colts have a quarterback.
So that goes to that, and this is my point, though. And this is where you all have to figure out what to stop on defense. That translates to 0.5 points per minute, and we're scoring 0.72 points per minute. You have to be able to stop not just our speed, not just the positional speed. You got to stop how fast we're running our offense, bro.
All right, so let's go with that. And the Bills are averaging
What's your
the
time
ball.
of possession, Michael K?
You guys are going to be gassed, bro. I'm telling you.
Offensively, what's your time of possession in the past 3 games?
You're about to get in your defensive line is about to get in a soccer match. I hope you all know that.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we've played shit real quick. It's fair to say that the Bills have played shitty offenses and the Dolphins have played shitty defenses, and that's why this game is so intriguing. Because listen.
Well, you know what? I can be fair here. Let's go to Miami's opponents. Their 3 opponents.
Hold on, Color, let him land real quick, and then we'll
go
go.
ahead.
What I'm trying to land on is he made my point. The Patriots game, you weren't world beaters in that game. They have a good defense, right? So that's what makes this game so intriguing. Based on our opponents, we don't really know what's going to happen when a great offense faces a great defense, but we're about to find out.
Yeah.
But we left a lot of points on the field that night, bro, and you know it.
Well, let me. Here's something that look. The Patriots are a good defense because think about this. Look at the rushing yards Philadelphia's had the last few games. They only rushed 92 against the New England. They didn't allow too many points against.
No, they're notorious for that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
So
yep.
the Patriots haven't. So go ahead.
Go ahead, Shake. I want to make sure you're finished.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, go ahead.
So I just wanted to be fair to these guys because I showed how because their defense is holding down teams to quite, very little points per game.
10 points per game.
And I pointed out, well, the opponents they faced, and I gave you their points per game on offense, right? Well, now let's go to Miami's opponents, who our defenses faced the first 3 games. The Los Angeles Chargers putting up 28.7 per game. Our other opponent, our worst opponent, who do you think it is?
Denver.
New England Patriots putting up 17.3 points per game. And the Denver Broncos, who we held to 13 points on offense, are scoring 23 points per game.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's a world beater. He's doing great.
Just saying. Now you could say, well, yeah, now they're last in how many points they give up per game at 40.7, but just had to add that in there.
All right,
What is New England
Buffalo is second in the league. Look, Buffalo is second in the league with 11.7 points per game. Cleveland Browns are actually number 1 at 10.7. Are you saying their defense is world beaters? Because we put it up on them pretty hard last year too.
So, Atticus, you think the running game is better than last season?
What was that?
You think your running game is better than last season, Amicus?
Oh, are we allowed to curse on this channel? What is this? Where are we at?
Keep it to a minimum. Please.
A minimum? Fuck yeah.
Really?
Our running game? Bro, James Cook is 3rd in the league after week 3. Come on, man. When's the last time you've seen a Buffalo Bill running back in the top 5 of rushing yards? Anytime, ever. I'll wait.
Thurman Thomas?
Yeah, 25 years ago.
Yeah. So you're saying to me to bench Latavius Murray in fantasy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, not really, man. We use him actually more than Damian Harris right now. He's killing it. But check this out. What I am saying is that Josh Allen the past 3 years had to put on the cape, and he doesn't have to put on. In fact, we don't want him to put on the cape as much. We're a well-balanced team on offense and defense, rushing and passing. This is the most balanced Bills team I've seen in the past 5 years.
You're selling yourself.
Huh?
Good. Relax, Kevin. Go ahead, Land. Go ahead.
Am I selling myself? These are facts, bro. Watch the game.
So you're saying, Amicus, if Miami gets ahead and Josh Allen has to put on the cape, that's a wrap.
No. He can put on the cape, but he doesn't have to put on the cape. That's where we need Josh Allen to be. Josh Allen needs to be like Clark Kent. But if you got to pull the fucking cape out, you pull the cape out.
Yeah.
And it's good to know we have a quarterback that can pull the cape out.
Yeah.
The difference
his elbow is not sore.
The difference this year is Dorsey knows how to control Allen.
I think you're going to put up the tape and you're going to find his laundry from last night.
Yeah, and to Mikey's point, the reason Allen has gotten on his nerves so much the past few years is because he's always trying to be Superman. But he kind of had to. This was the big argument or debate me and Mikey had like every night, man, is he would bitch about, Allen doing Allen stuff. And I'm like, but he has to do it. And we were both right. But now he doesn't have to do it. And he tried to do it. Listen, he tried to do it on week 1 when he didn't have to do it. And that's why we lost.
Well, that's why I was asking you about the running game, because I always thought he was the running game and you guys were okay with that.
No, nobody was ever okay with it.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey,
nobody was ever okay with it.
I guess he's not making all those mistakes. Tua.
My dog. Hey, are you gonna are you wearing the shirt, or are you just gonna leave the shirt how it is, color?
Oh no, it's left exactly how it is. It still even has the undershirt clung to the inside of it, so I can just slip it right back on.
It till after post game. Pre-game. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to read the injury report, guys, because I have it pulled up.
All right.
All right, for the Bills, Ryan Bates, ankle, limited practice. Leonard Floyd, ankle, full practice, or full participant. Micah Hyde, hamstring, full participation. Taron Johnson, hip, full participation. Saran Neal, limited participation. Jordan Poyer
This
knee
dude from
did not
Buffalo
practice.
pronounces all these names. It's hilarious, man.
What's
Who was
that?
that? The guy who? The guy you signed? Who? What was it?
Saran Neal?
No, Jordan who?
Oh, Jordan Poyer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was out. Did not practice with a knee.
Oh yeah.
He didn't practice yesterday or today.
That might be a blessing, Mikey.
And here's this one. This one kind of scares me a little bit. Reed Ferguson's out with a wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Did not practice.
Ooh.
That means that somebody else is going to have to long snap for the extra points, like
Can
7
you read
times.
our injury report? Since you,
Yep.
like,
I mean, great.
By the way, before you do,
special teams could be the difference. Go ahead.
by the way,
Chick.
before you read, Anthony Pielliucci with the $2 donation. Fred Jackson and Marshawn Lynch.
damn.
But I don't think Marshawn Lynch was good with Buffalo, was he?
No, he sucked.
McGahee.
Fred Jackson was good though.
McGahee
I used to
was too
fantasy
busy
him every
knocking up
year.
like 15 women. Actually, I think you know what? I think he's got 15 kids. I think he's got 15 kids with 16
What was
women.
the kid's name from Clemson? CJ
I
Spiller?
just want to put it out there. Jameer Gibbs, excellent football name. Just saying.
You guys had CJ Spiller, right?
Yeah, we had Spiller.
Yeah.
And I remember Joe Mixon's and everything football, everything name.
Right, every sport, exactly. U.S. championship curler.
CJ Spiller was a Clemson Tiger.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean,
Except,
I think
I
it's
don't
like
know, Shake, for the curling, they
the
might
trend. I think
it might
running
be
backs
Joseph
go to, like,
Mixon.
Hey, by the way, CJ Spiller is a good porn name.
Oh my god!
That's a you said it's a family show, Shake. What the hell?
Fred Jackson.
Well,
Fred Jackson's my favorite Buffalo player. I mean, as much as I don't like Buffalo. Well, no, I like Charles Clay, obviously. But I loved Fred Jackson.
I want to
Yeah,
go
he
with
screwed me in
Marcellus
fantasy
Wiley
a couple
too, man.
times.
Shout out to Marcellus Wiley. He does a great freaking podcast on
Yeah, he
YouTube.
does.
I've been watching it, man. I watched today's show. It was great, and he actually pinned my comment in the live chat for the
No
premiere.
way.
I was like, yeah.
Oh, what a gain.
Yeah, Fox Sports 1 screwed up by getting rid of Wiley, man. What the hell happened with that?
Hey, isn't Marcellus Wiley in Pulp Fiction?
No, that's
No, that's Wallace, bro. Marcellus Wallace.
Oh, okay.
Hey, real talk. Hey, listen, I don't care what nobody says. I would take I would take Shannon Sharp over all the guys that Skip Bayless has with him.
Bro, I would take.
I'll take Michael Irvin over all of them.
I would take Wiley, Whitlock, and Shay on a panel. That would be freaking
Oh my God. Goff is lighting it up. I'm going to win my first leg of the 10.
Damn, already?
Please tell me it's not to the tight end.
You know what? I'm
It was
sorry to
close,
tell y'all.
boy.
I am sorry to tell y'all. Jared Goff is a good ass quarterback, man.
He
That's
is.
just all there is to it, bro.
Bro, they got a good offense, man. I'm telling you, the coordinator is
What
going
a
to get
pass.
hired.
Let me let you in on a little tidbit of information.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Jared Goff had better stats than Josh Allen.
Yep.
You know, at
the end of the season, yeah.
Actual quarterback stats.
And for anybody that's never followed him throughout his career, and you think he kind of looks soft or whatever, bro, go look at the hit Richard Sherman put on him back when he was still with the Rams when they played Seattle, it could have been Seattle or the 49ers. I think it was Seattle. Bro, go look at the hit he put on Jared Goff.
He does have a bit of a raccoon face.
He's got cred with me.
He looks like he's taller than Josh Allen.
Yeah, man.
He's tall.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Their offensive coordinator could get their offensive coordinator could get a head coaching job.
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
There's also this video rolling around where Jared Goff goes and dresses up in it with a different hairdo and shit. And he goes and what was it, a college team, I think?
Yeah, it was.
So he goes and tries out for this college team and like totally smashes every quarterback, like trying to try out and shit, and everybody's in awe. And at the end they reveal it's Jared Goff, you know what I mean? And it's like it's meant to show like, you know, the difference
like,
really between NFL and college. Like this dude is Jared Goff, what a lot of people would think is a mid quarterback in the NFL, you know, but it kind of showed also for his image, like Look, I'm better than y'all think I am. You know what I mean? Like, he was
Well, no,
putting these
it
balls on the money, man.
It shows there's levels to this game, Color.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see him on St. Brown's Lambeau leap there?
Oh, he
I
scored?
didn't pay attention to that. What a catch,
Dude,
though.
some asshole fan poured like 24 ounces of beer on top of him, like right on
Nice.
top of his helmet.
I'm sure he loves it.
See, now if that was Spencer Brown, he would have turned around, grabbed it, and drank it.
There's
Hey, that's good deal. That's Green Bay.
that couch right there has not that one. The other
What was it,
couch
LeBron and
has
Shirley?
the greatest look at that. That's the greatest offense right there that mankind has ever known right there. Them four
I
guys.
have a Mon St. Brown touchdown in a 6-leg parlay. So there we go.
There it is.
How many more legs you got? All 5 left to go?
Hey, well, yeah, the game just started, but
Right on.
I tell you what, man. So far, this has been a good football season. It's shaping up to be good.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Dude, we're in week 4 already, man. This is like the quarter of the of the season.
Look, man, unless we have a big letdown, bro, I mean, come on, man. The pressure is so off of us right now, man.
Well, you got to
we have a chance to really light the Bills up because we got so little pressure right now.
What was Jalen Phillips out for last week?
He had a back
he
issue,
went out
and now
for
he's got a pec
oblique
issue.
injury is what he went out of the game for.
Well, there's a good chance he might not play again this week.
Yeah, I'd take Van Ginkel over top of Phillips.
Ironically, I also suffered an oblique injury from standing up to sing the fight song so many times Sunday. And I'm not lying. I really have a pulled oblique muscle.
Hey, Color, I threw my back out at the Atlanta Braves game 3 weeks ago, so I'm feeling your pain, bro. It sucks.
Man, you guys better pop an Advil Sunday.
Plus, I was doing the choo-choo, in the stands. That was fun.
Oh,
Hey, who was it? Who was that kick returner that fair caught the ball at the 12-yard line and McAfee had a fit?
I don't know.
What game are you talking?
For any of y'all playing fantasy tonight, you should have had Jalen Reed in your lineup. I believe it's number 11. Watch out for him running the same scheme that we do with Tyreek and all the guys. He's their short motion guy when they steal Mike McDaniel's plays.
Yeah, they snatched him up like 2 weeks ago on the waiver.
All right, you guys ready for your injury report?
Yes, sir.
All right, River Craycraft, shoulder, did not practice.
Waddle's back.
Eric, well, we'll say Easy because I can't pronounce his last name. Izukama did not practice. Jalen Phillips did not practice with the oblique. Sylvan Ahmed, groin, limited participation. Armstead, back, ankle, knee, limited participation.
Armstead's always fucked up.
Deshaun Elliott, limited participation, ankle and groin. Tyler Croft, limited participation. Connor Williams, groin, limited participation. Eli Apple, full participation.
Yeah.
Julian Hill, ankle, full participation. And Durham Smythe, hamstring, full participation.
That's pretty good.
Armstead can be out or he can be did not participate and he'll still play. They give him
on a maintenance plan.
A lot
I
of
think
vet,
there
vet
is
rest
an
and-
expectation that Ahmed will be back this week.
Yeah, which is good news. We thought it'd be like 4 weeks.
What was
he's
that?
And we could still go with the Mostert H-hand punch with Ahmed waiting in the wings in case his groins are feeling better.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to my brother from another mother, Mr. Miami 305. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Good to see you.
Mr. Miami. Hey, told Mace, I said, what's up?
I mean, look at that. You were cocked back, ready to throw. That means you saw the receiver open. Just throw it, dude.
Yeah, why do you have
do
to keep
I don't
pitching
have
it?
Amazon Prime, bro.
Didn't matter, but it came back anyways on a hold.
What's the score? I got Musgrave.
7-3.
Hey, all I know is I think they're in good hands with Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love so far. What I've seen.
Yeah, he's sneaky good.
Fantastic.
I like this Ada Hutchinson guy.
I got 20 on Detroit to cover 2.
Was Detroit
Well, they
favorite?
definitely got it covered right now.
Yeah, Detroit's -2.
Jamaican from Zion, what's going on, my brother?
And they're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
What's the over? I took the over. This is my first game. What was the over? 48.
How's their division looking like?
I think
Who
it's
they
40,
have? Minnesota?
45 or something.
The Bears, right?
I thought it was 48.
Oh, for the Dolphins game or for this
No,
one?
no. Bills Dolphins 53.5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, take the over in that game.
53.5, bro.
I
See
didn't
what I'm
touch
saying,
that.
bro?
That's
I might
a trend.
have to up my score to like. I'm still going I'm still
Wait.
going 14 points, but
Colin, that's a trend, right?
What was the over under in Miami?
53.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
53.
so Miami's going to score 53.5. How many you guys scoring?
We covered ours, right? We covered ours last week, man. What about y'all?
You know, there's a good
How many of
chance
that 53 points should we give y'all?
There's a good chance you're going to go over 50 yards and false starts and delay a game penalty.
It honestly could go both ways.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll take the under. I'll take a parlay. Look, I'll take a 2-leg parlay. I'll take the under, and I'll take the money line on Miami.
It could honestly go both ways. I don't think Buffalo wants to be in a shootout, so I think they're going to try to not be in one.
My thing tells me it's not going to be like that this year.
And I'm expecting a 42-10 victory, and it still be under the 53.
Yeah, we're covering the 10. We're covering the 10. I feel it.
How about that?
I took a player parlay with Josh Allen doing 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Diggs just with 8 receptions for 95 plus 2,000.
Well, if we're scoring 42 points, you guys are likely at least scoring 35. So that would be the over right there.
What the fuck?
If we contain Kincaid
See what I
and
did
Knox,
there?
that'll be another notch on our list. And if we do that, you guys are screwed.
Oh, y'all got to deal with 12 personnel, like you just mentioned. I mean, good luck. You didn't do it. Listen, we didn't even play 12 personnel last year, but you couldn't stop Knox. Now you got both of those guys to deal with, the 12 personnel?
New England's better than you guys in that. What are you talking about?
Well, if the over-under is 53.5, that means the race is the first one to 27 wins this game.
Bro, New England's running way better than yours, and you're telling me we contain them and we can't contain your backs?
I said 12 personnel.
I mean, tomato, 12 or 13, same thing. You're using tight ends and you're using the line. I mean, and the backs.
Lex and Kincaid out, bro. You're going to have problems.
And he's overrated.
Okay.
Yeah, but he still can catch the ball and is a powerful outlet for Allen.
And I would have good,
if they
lick to the side.
out, that's not 12 personnel. That's 11.
That's what I said, 11 or 12. You're still utilizing both, and you're still in the same option play to do that type of, like, you can even go RPO. He can go either way, that's the play you guys like to use, and you're not even good at it compared to New England.
Yeah, it's not technically 12, but it's still a 2 tight end set, and especially if you motion them. I mean, it's like a hybrid.
You notice how Goff slipped that ball into the tight end on that 3rd and 5? That was a brilliant pass, man.
Ah, man, that tight end, I wanted to pick him up. Noob didn't want to cough him up, bro.
I'm trying to see. Opened at 46.
There were some Dolphin fans during the draft that was really high on Laporta, and look at him, man, he's killing it in Detroit.
Yeah, we were looking at him.
CBS is picking CBS said the pick is under 46. This game's going over 46.
Amicus,
8 minutes gone in the
Detroit totally like cock blocked us the whole freaking draft, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they took Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta. I mean,
well, I'll tell you what. I don't know what her Sheila Ford, the owner of Detroit, she knows how to run a football team.
Yeah.
She gave the GM and Campbell authority to do whatever they want, spend whatever money they want. She has nothing to do with nothing. As long as they win.
for me, that's more of a growth spur for Campbell. Like to say, look, I have connections, I have a good coaching staff, and it's, you know what I'm saying, compared to what he left here, like he's grown. His staff has gotten way better.
Come on, go, baby, go.
Well, he got back up even though he tripped on himself.
So, yeah, I mean, answer this. Their division, who do you think's going to be on top? Who do you think's overrated? I mean, do you see the Vikings taking it from Detroit?
No, Detroit's winning this division. Vikings are already 0-3.
The Vikings are done.
Yeah.
Cooked.
The problem is the Vikings got a great offense. They can put up numbers, but their defense sucks. They give up more than they put up. So, you know,
I think the Vikings are going to clean house, man, and rebuild. I think.
Do you think they'd be a team to go after Aaron Donald or some type of like flashy name?
No. No, Aaron Donald's in his 13th year, 12th year.
Do you think
like as far as like guys that are out there before the trade deadline?
Do you think the Vikings clean house except for Jefferson again, or you think they clean house?
I think they trade him too. I think they trade him.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can try to build around him twice.
I mean, he's still a rookie. Yeah, he hasn't gotten paid yet, but I don't know. It's tough, man. I mean, yeah, because you haven't paid Kirk Cousins. You've been giving him the franchise tag like 5 times already. I mean,
no. They gave him a fully guaranteed contract. He was the first one to get a fully guaranteed contract.
Oh, it was a full. Okay, all right. I know they franchised him a couple times. I thought they were just
no. That was Washington that franchised him.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins was the Bobby Bonilla of the NFL, the worst contract in the history.
Yeah, he still gets paid. Every year he gets $1 million from the Mets.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, for like another 20 years or something.
Bro, I don't know who did his contract, but they looked out for him. Like the same dude that did Allen Iverson. He's like, look, I'm making your half contract of what you have signed for. You're not going to touch it until you're in your mid-40s, close to your 50s.
Look at Goff. Look at Goff go. Oh, be careful, buddy.
Where do you think the Jets are going to end up at the end of the season, like draft position wise?
I could care less. I really could care less.
I think the Cardinals, the Cardinals totally shocked Dallas, so they're not as bad as everybody thought.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a hostage takeover, man. As long as that guy's on the roster, you're screwed.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Like, I honestly think they could end up having the first pick in the draft and not taking a quarterback.
Exactly.
You gave it to Green Bay.
Yeah.
There's a good chance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did.
Well, no, Green Bay gets screwed because they would have got the first round pick. But they don't now because
the Jets have Green Bay's first round. Or no, yeah, never mind. They would have given Green Bay a second.
They have to give Green Bay a second round because Rodgers didn't play 51% of the snaps.
Right.
So they still have
Green Bay got screwed. Green Bay got screwed hard on that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, think about it right now. The end game. Who really got screwed?
The Jets.
They got screwed as soon as they made that trade, as far as I'm concerned.
I think they would have been better off with having Taylor Swift hype come to town than Aaron Rodgers hype come to town.
Did you see that they did Monday night when they had Philadelphia center? What's his name? Kelsey. And then they had
Kelsey hurt Swift. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I think the Jets would have been better off with Taylor Swift hype over top of this Aaron Rodgers hype. I mean, that's kind of hindsight, but
yeah, well, our quarterback's dating a Hollywood chick, the Spider-Verse girl. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, and
he was in Buffalo last week.
What the hell is what? He thinks the ball is like a freaking spider web.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld. She was in Romeo and Juliet too. Great actress.
She actually is a pretty good actress.
Yeah, she is.
She was.
Did someone say? What's her name? Jerry Seinfeld?
No, but you got to see. Alan wasn't talking about it.
What's the deal with the Bills?
Alan wasn't talking about it. Nobody was asking until Pardon My Take came to town. Was it? Wait, is it part? No.
But he's trying to hide it.
Who's the Barstool guys?
Oh, Dave
It's not
Portnoy.
Where's My Take, was it?
Dave
What's that?
Portnoy.
Nah, the guys that do the interviews.
Oh, you're talking about the ones that do the rough and rowdy interviews?
Yeah, it's not Pardon My Take. It's
I know who you're talking about. He's the guy with the long blonde hair.
Pardon my yeah. That's Big Cat.
maybe it is Pardon My Take.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that asked.
The ones that do the yak.
They were talking about Seinfeld. You know, Seinfeld episodes and stuff.
Bro, they talk about anything, bro, and get paid for it. Freaking Nicky Smokes he hit the jackpot, bro.
Is he making any money there?
Oh,
Yeah, he got a 1-year contract, so he better
He's
make
making 6 figures, dude.
at least for 1 year. If he keeps it on, if he stays on, so I'm sure he will.
Well, y'all had a local content creator make it big?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. I don't follow Dolphin shit, man. I just come on the panel to fuck with you guys. I don't like follow y'all.
No, it's a dude it used to be like one of us and freaking hit paid her.
Oh shit.
What happened was him and the guy from the owner of Barstool Sports were chirping back and forth about Boston Celtics, because Heat and Celtics. So what happened was he made him a bet. Says if Heat win the series, because it was tied, they were tied. This was Game 7. If the Heat win this series, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets a contract, but if they lose, he has to get a tattoo.
So he ended up getting a job. I didn't know it was $100,000.
So it had nothing to do with his commentating skills or personality.
No, he interviewed Tua. He's the only guy that interviewed Tua in our community.
Yeah, well, yeah, he got that under the Barstool name.
Yeah.
He got invited to play the celebrity softball game or something.
Mm-hmm.
See, I should have my own show on ESPN, man. This is bullshit. Where's my fucking break?
You gotta get yourself a talent manager.
You have to have
That's what you need. You get yourself a talent manager.
That it factor.
Yep.
You gotta have pizzazz, kid.
Otherwise, you gotta get lucky. If you want to be like that, if you want to be in that world, you gotta get yourself a talent manager and marketing expert.
Is that you, Green Rat? Finch?
Nah, this is Kevin.
Oh,
it's Kevin, bro.
It's very doable. You just gotta put the money into it to get it back.
Well, I mean, it's not just the money; it's the time. And once you put
Yeah,
in the
money,
time,
the time, the practice, all that.
right, you're not gonna be able to touch grass for a while if you're gonna put that much content out there with editing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. The bigger you get, the more you pay other people to do that stuff for you.
like Nick Wright. How did he get his break? What the hell did he do before?
Oh, you talking about? Dude, doesn't he? Is it me or he looks like Tom Green? Come on, tell me you don't look like.
He looks like Tom Green. Also looks like the dude from Grandma's Boy, the little robot dude. Adios, turd nuggets. Yeah, I can't stand that guy.
Me neither. I don't even watch anything from he does.
Believe it or not, I watched him once on a celebrity poker game.
You regret it?
I saw that, Mikey.
He was actually tolerable.
Oh, damn.
With the things he was saying, he was actually tolerable.
What's funny is when he went up against Phil Hellmuth did all the talking and Nick was quiet.
Yeah. Well, you gotta understand that he's just on that show. He's just a personality, so he's not going to be the same in a poker tournament as he is on that show.
Well, somebody said he finally had to give Buffalo props on their defense.
He did. He's got Allen on his quarterback mountain tier or whatever, like ranked second.
All I know is, dude, you talk about Josh Allen bone stroker. This guy is a LeBron James bone stroker.
Well, and Patrick Mahomes too.
Oh yeah.
But he's from Kansas City, that's why.
Yeah.
And the fucking Prince, Trevor Lawrence. He rides that ponytail a lot.
Hey, did you guys see the Kansas City game this week?
Don't even talk to me about Trevor Lawrence, bro. He's screwing me right now, bro.
I was gonna point out. You remember how they ended up winning the game last year when they got that late flag for roughing them out of bounds?
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Yeah. Did you see the play he made this week? Like 3 feet out of bounds in the air, passing back into the field.
No, who Mahomes did?
Yeah, well, I mean, it made it to the guy didn't catch it, but he made a very good pass, and it just proved why you still have to finish that tackle on him. It shouldn't have been a flag.
He shouldn't be able to do that at all. Every time he's gotten hit, his ankle is twisted different forms of ways that makes me think, how the hell does he run faster after the contact?
Where's my coffee at?
See, what kills me is what did he see in his wife? She is so annoying.
I mean, he deals with his brother and his.
What a catch!
Oh my God!
Some tells me that she's not as bad as half of his family.
Well, just his brother. I didn't know his father was a pitcher for the Mets.
Didn't his brother his brother's gay, but he got arrested for sexually assaulting a female.
Hey, guess what I'm watching right now? A rerun of McAfee interviewing Kyle Van Noy on his, I guess he's doing a Kyle Van Noy tour run.
Yeah, Van Noy's a free agent now, isn't he?
Yeah. He was. His last team was the Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Wow, look at that run.
Who ran it?
Raymond. Jet sweep.
So they got 3 backs that are pretty productive in Detroit? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's not really a jet sweep.
Montgomery, and then that was a jet sweep.
Kind of a jet sweep.
I had to put Montgomery in this week.
Oh yeah, that's the goal line guy.
Yeah, but he was injured last week, and I think they're limiting him.
I need Gibbs.
I had him in fantasy 2 years ago when he was with Chicago, and limited to the point where they're just utilizing him like Kenneth Walker in the goal line. They're not doing anything else but letting Gibbs and
eat up the field, and then they put him in goal line.
He's fresh.
Well, he just scored a touchdown. Three touchdowns in a row.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I think Campbell was heard saying 70, no problem.
Yeah, I had last week I had because Montgomery went down. I had Mostert.
Score more than 60 points. Do you understand that's a trend that we have set?
You ain't scoring 60 this week, buddy. Relax.
Hey, listen to this fantasy football luck that I had last week. So I had Montgomery. I have him in now. But I had Mostert, and then I had A-Chain on my bench in case Mostert goes down because Mostert gets injured. And I ended up having to start both of them. I ended up having 80 points just between those two.
Really? I thought you had at least 80 plus.
In a half point PPR.
No PPR?
14 people.
What league you in? You in Miss Finn's league? Where'd he go?
I won a 5-team parlay 2 days ago.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
You in Miss Finn's league?
No, I'm not in Miss Finn's league. I'm in the military. I got a military league that I'm in. It's 14 people, half point PPR. Yahoo.
Hey, thanks for your service, man. Where are you stationed?
I was in Hawaii. I just got to Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Oh wait. You were. That's right. You were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
They sent you to North Dakota. Huh? Just in time for winter.
Yeah, I got a nice house here though. I bought 14.8 acres, 3,800 square foot house on a farm. 400,000.
Were you in Hawaii during those fires or whatever?
No,
Was that a
it
different
literally
island?
happened. It happened 2 days after I left.
Wow.
How close are you to the Canadian border?
Probably like 3 hours.
Oh, okay,
3,
you're
4
safe.
hours.
Then.
Yeah,
You're safe.
I'm like 10 minutes from Minnesota. Everyone's a Vikings fan here.
Oh, you'll be an ice fisherman then.
I'm gonna get into it. I'm from Pennsylvania. I've never gotten into it because we don't. I mean, we get cold, but we don't get like New York cold.
My wife's from Pennsylvania. What part?
So I was born in Philly, raised in Birdsboro, which is like 10 minutes from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Yeah, she's from the Poconos, Scranton area.
Okay, yeah, that's a beautiful
The
place.
Poconos, isn't that where the Beach Boys want to go?
Nah, that's Kokomo.
That's
What the hell, the
Indiana.
Poconos?
Hey,
That's Indiana.
I also want to put it on record. So my kids went to the same school that Tua did when I was in Hawaii. They went to EBA. And I saw him and his family in a how was that grocery store? I don't know, some grocery store. That dude's not 6 foot tall without cleats and a helmet on.
Hey, wait a minute. Your kids went to the same school as Tua?
Yeah.
What grade are they in?
My daughter's in 8th. My son's in 5th or 4th now. He's going into 5th.
Oh, so when they left Hawaii, he was in 6th and she was in 10th?
Yeah.
They had to go back 2 grades?
Yeah.
Just saying, 13 Wonderlick.
No, that Hawaii education system is horrendous. We pulled our kids actually the last year we were there. That's how bad it was. We homeschooled them to get them back on track.
We homeschool all 5 of ours.
Yeah, I was going through Liberty University for their homeschooling curriculum.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the U.S. educational system right now, I think, needs to, change their
be torn down and refocused.
I don't want to say like reboot because that sounds kind of like genocidal, but you know what I mean, like something has to be done, man. I mean, the internet.
I'll tell you what, these countries that were we call them near peers because military wise they're closer to military size with us. They're not doing this shit with their kids in the schools. They're not focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion and all this stuff. They're focused on science, math, language. They're focused on the legitimate stuff that our kids aren't focused on.
Yeah, the basics, pretty much.
The basics. Not the basic, but the fundamentals, like the legit fundamentals.
Oh man.
Yeah, just the fundamentals. That's all they should be going to school for.
Reading, writing, arithmetic. Reading, writing, arithmetic.
Shoot, our kids are in 10th grade. Their science projects are vinegar and baking soda volcanoes. In China, they're coming up with freaking apps and biomedical engineered science fair projects.
They're like literally extra right now, bro. These kids are like smart as hell, and I don't understand how they can do it with an 80-pound book bag attached to their back.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need some kind of refocusing of our education system.
So my wife homeschools all of our children, but she does some unique thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's more or less kind of like finding whatever their interests are, and the whole curriculum is centered and geared around that.
Okay. Like talent based or talent focused to you pull the other stuff and you involve it in what they're.
Well, yeah, basically, like you're giving them the foundation of the important shit, but outside of that, instead of boring them for 10 years, you're just focusing on the interests so that they can develop those interests.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of the stuff that people are going to school, the jobs and stuff they're going to school for, like our parents didn't go to college and we're doing most of these jobs basically by learning on the job.
Exactly.
It can all be done in it. If you you could turn a lot of jobs in America into a trade school.
Look, like living in an everyday lifestyle, like that sounds good, but having people that are willing to not be so like distant from like new employees or people trying to like do better, and then you got them people that are trying to keep them down because there's always that one person. Like that's the problem we're having right now, and that type of development.
Yeah, people don't want to see change.
Yeah, especially overpopulation.
Yeah. Hey, listen, this is a good conversation, though, but I gotta shut this down because I got things I gotta take care of tonight. But tomorrow I will be doing the drive time on the Fins tailgate. I'm gonna open up the panel. It's gonna be full on. You know what I'm saying? Hate week for
good. I was minding my P's and Q's tonight.
Everyone,
so
everyone
tomorrow,
bring your fake cakes.
Yeah. So tomorrow, hide your children, man, because it's gonna be on. So, Amicus, final thoughts, my brother.
It's been a long time, man. Like 6 months. Good to see you, fellas. Hope y'all have a great night.
You too, man. Appreciate you coming through as always, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Later.
Take it easy, Amicus.
Vince. Again, I thank you for your service, and
thank you. Yeah. So my final thought. I don't think it's a test for Miami because I think we passed that test last year, even though we were 1-2. Second, as far as like scores and stuff, it could go either way. It could honestly even go, it'd be a shootout, or it can be a low scoring, whoever has the ball last game in a low scoring game. So I'm excited. I just think it's also worse it's worse for the Bills if they lose than it is for Miami if Miami loses. Because I think at the end of the year, Miami's going to be 5-1 in the division, and if Bills lose, they're already going to be 2 down. So
yeah, for sure, brother. Hey, I hope I see you on the Fins tailgate tomorrow.
All right, man.
All right, man. Later.
Thanks, Kevin.
Color, any final thoughts? I'll save you last.
Yeah,
hey, Michael, hey, let me, I appreciate you. Let me get on camera real quick. This was a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow, the gloves come off. So
absolutely.
I appreciate you though. For real talk, I appreciate you really.
I always appreciate you, Shake. You know that.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just end it right now with everybody on the. So with that being said, man, final score prediction.
I'm gonna say Bills by 9.
Bills by 9.
Yeah. I'm not. The game's gonna be closer. I think it's gonna be maybe a scrub field goal at the end or something to.
Yeah.
To seal it, get it up by 2 scores.
Cool. All right, brother. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Fins up. Later.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loves